Namaste, my friends. Welcome or welcome back. So you're ready to go to the Vipassana meditation, and you don't know maybe what exactly to take, what to expect, what not to take, not to have too much luggage actually, because sometimes, you need to travel a couple hours to the destination. So to go with a train, to go with a car, with a plane, you have maybe so many questions. I will try to answer them all. If you're interested in something in particular, you can go down and just simply choose one of the questions. I will put the time frames for you to kind of like hop from one place to another the way you want, simply maybe if you don't want to watch all of the video. So just for your convenience. So the Vipassana meditation. I'm basing my video on the Goenka Vipassana, which is considered to be one of the toughest because there technically you cannot have the phone, you need to keep silence, you cannot write, you cannot read, you cannot do anything pretty much. You can only meditate with your own self, like you cannot even use the mala or the rose beads, not even the bracelets technically, especially if you're not the new student. So you need to take one of the precepts, which is not to wear any garments, any earrings, any bracelets. So technically everything which should be taken out, all of the beautification things. So not even that technically. If you're a new student, you can still wear all of the charms if you want, if they help you. So, okay, first of all, what you need to take. And I will tell you, I will also put down below the list of all of the things that are kind of like really, really necessary and things that you absolutely shouldn't take, simply not to put into the luggage for the weight and not to disturb others. So let's go to the list and simply I will read it through and maybe stop to explain to you a bit more in details. So the Goenka, for example, Vipassana, they ask you to bring your bed sheets, the pillowcase, all the stuff, everything for the bed, the clean one, even though it can be provided for you. Depending on where you're going, check that, whether you need to bring, because this will occupy a lot of space in your luggage. Another one, they're asking to bring 2 towels, which were quite useful. Of course, soap, shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrush, but this is like completely normal. The deodorant, please without smell, and this is crucial, like please without smell, which deodorant it's very nice because at some point in the meditation you really start sweating. Then any cream, cream for the body, cream for the face. Don't forget that if you're meditating, but you still need to take care of yourself. Maybe the scissors or the buffer for the nails. So, think about these small things. Another thing that was extremely useful for me was the charger for the phone. Yes. You don't need the phone there, but first of all, it's very important. Turn off your phone when you put it in the locker, turn it off for 10 days. At least you will save the battery. In my case, the phone was dead almost before I turned it off. And to be able to communicate with my family, I had to charge it, which was extremely important and useful. So take the charger. There will be for sure some place for you to charge it after the silence is over, after they tell you, yes, you can take your phone. So charge it, and of course the phone, especially in the case of the emergencies, for example. Okay, another thing that I didn't take, that it was super important for me to take, is the thermos, I think it's called, so the cup that keeps the heat, keeps the liquid, the tea or the water, the warmer that you're putting there hot or cold if you need. I went there in winter and it was freezingly cold, so you always wanted to drink something hot, but unfortunately I take simply, a normal bottle, not really the thermal one, so I was constantly drinking the cold liquids, which was not really pleasant. So if you have the thermos, something that keeps the temperature, that would be perfect. Okay, handkerchiefs. Usually they provide you with handkerchiefs, but take at least a couple packets yours. They don't weigh much, but just in case they can help. Okay, if you take any pills, if you're on specific prescription, take them. Another one. Take, just in case, couple medicines, just in case, for the diarrhea, for the constipation, for the allergy, for this, for that. If in your country you can easily buy antibiotics and you understand what they should be taken from, you can take them. Another thing to have, and this is very important, if you can, of course, the phone number of the doctor. Because not always they can provide you with a sufficient help, with sufficient advice. So if you start feeling really bad, because 10 days they're very intense, you're sitting with your legs crossed, mainly with the back straight for 12 hours, anything can happen. I was talking to the girl that she was like suffering so much, but in the end she had horrible issues with her ankle. Even though she was thinking everything in her mind, she was doing it through pain. So just in case, maybe also something like some cream for the back pain, some pills for the pain. I know that meditation, technically we need to work with the pain, but sometimes the pain becomes so intolerable, unsufferable, impossible, that you need to take some precautions. So simply take these things with you. Try not to use them, but just in case, you will be more calm, knowing that just in case you have that. Okay. If you want, you can take the headphones that will be needed for the travel, like back and forth. Another thing, you can also take, if you need, of course, for sleeping, the earplugs, because usually you don't live alone in the room, depending on the Vipassana center that you have chosen. Sometimes they provide you with a personal space, but usually if there are other people, if they're snoring, yes, of course, like anicca, impermanence, we need to understand all that. But already you don't sleep many hours. If you're not able to sleep when someone is snoring, that may be an issue for you. So earplugs. Okay, if it's winter, warm clothes. And I cannot stress how important it is. Take as many as you can, well, not as many, but as warm as you can. The wool socks, better 2 or 3 pairs. Something that saved me was additional blanket, something like this that I took, that I was wearing with me all the time. I was simply putting it on, even though I had a sweater or 2 sweaters. And also I was wearing it into the dining hall. I was putting it on the chair, because chairs are usually, like if it's winter, very cold, for you not to have any problems with health. So put something down your hips, like that will help you to stay warm and stay out of trouble. So yeah, extra blanket or the scarf, like there were so many people with whom I talked that they were putting the scarf around their lower back. That was helping them to kind of stay warmer. Another thing, okay, that are the most important things to take. If I remember something else, I will put down in the list, I will add them. Something not to take, and this is absolutely not to take, are the books, only for the trip if you need. Watch, depends. I didn't have, and I was very happy that I didn't have. In the very beginning, it's very hard because you don't really know how much time you have, left till the next meditation session. But it was the nice thing of it, actually, it's not to know the time, because don't worry, you won't oversleep. Every time before the meditation, 10 minutes before and 5 minutes before, they ring the bell, so you will hear, trust me, even if you're very deep asleep and even with the earplugs, you will hear that. Another thing, and this one is no, absolutely not to take perfumes. There was a girl sitting in front of me during the meditation, and 2 or 3 days in a row she was putting the perfume. And even though, of course, I tried to kind of calm my mind, to focus on something else, it was very hard, because you were not feeling these strong perfumes for a very long time, and that's the only thing that your mind could think about, so that was very disturbing for other people. So maybe you like perfume, but please think about others. You're not alone there, especially in the meditation hall. And in general, it's better not to use. It's everything about the inside, so don't worry about the outside. Okay, these things were not to take, these things were to take. What else to kind of like expect, what to think? Okay, how to travel. I traveled with a train, some travel with car. If I would have traveled with car, I would have escaped from there earlier, that's for sure. So the only thing that really stopped me is the fact that going with the train from there, it's very expensive and it's very complicated, in my case at least. So, you know, the harder it is for you to get there, when maybe you go with someone, the less excuses you will have to leave the place. The more convenient your way of transport is, the easier it is simply to switch and to say, oh, I'm bored. Okay. Another thing to tell, and this you will be told already on the second day, I think, at the Vipassana, but still, I want you to prepare beforehand, because this I didn't know in the beginning. One of the hardest days are the 2nd and the 6th. So on the 2nd day, you can expect anything, even like some pain from your body, some weird emotions. You can expect fear, aggression. Usually aggression is the first one that comes. You start hating all of the people around you, you know, they're making weird noises, they're coughing, they're sneezing, and you're pissed, maybe they're sick. It's completely normal, technically, in the chakra theory, you know, we're passing from the lower chakra to the upper one, so we're purifying them. So these feelings are completely fine. In my case, for example, then I started having crazy fears about my parents being dead or something like this. During the night I was waking up, but also that it's completely normal. Most probably no one is dying, you know, simply these are the kind of like steps that you need to make in your Vipassana practice. On the 6th day, it becomes really very hard because your mind is very tired. It will make everything for you to stop meditating, all of the pains in the world, you know. So in this case, if you can resist the pain, and I'm not talking about I'm sweating, the pain is horrible, my body is shaking. No, you shouldn't allow this to happen. If it's slight pain, try to breathe simply, you know, breathe through it, you know, go where the pain is, try not to give your opinion about the pain that I don't like it, and this you will be told. So if you can meditate with that, continue meditating, do that. If not, change your position to the simpler one, or lean against the wall if you can, or just in case you can ask, don't forget that, you can ask the staff there, the manager usually, to give you a kind of like a seat, a part of the chair, which you can put under your buttocks and lean with your back. So not a big deal. It's not like it's mandatory that you stay with your back straight without any pillows or whatever. Use everything around you to help you, because the most important here is the mind, not your body. So you should be able to focus on your mind, on the meditation, on the concentration. So don't try to make any fancy pose, you know, with your legs perfectly and stay there for 1 hour. If you need, move. Of course, there are some of the days where during 1 hour or two hours per day, like you're not allowed technically to move. If you can not move, do that. If you need to move, move. Like really need, I mean. So don't be very closed-minded. Don't take all of these, you know, like rules as the only thing that you need to follow at all costs. This is not okay. Listen anyway to your body. Of course, you will have pain here and there, but try to understand that this pain is a good one. I don't know, like it helps you to communicate with your body. And unless it's something really excruciating or something which is very similar to some crazy disease and maybe you have some other symptoms, you know, don't really pay much attention to that. This will help you to deepen your practice. Okay, what else about the meditation as well? Okay, 10 days of silence. If you think that it will be very difficult, it depends. For some people, it's the easiest thing in the world, like it was for me, even though I talk usually a lot. For some, it's very hard. You can be prepared that maybe for you in the very beginning, the food aspect may be hard. You would like to eat 2 portions, 3 portions, 4 portions. Try not to overeat couple first days, but don't worry even if you do, because after 3-4 days, your mind gets a bit calmer and you start normalizing your eating habits there, and you start eating more normal food, normal portions, so everything will go perfectly fine. You will start having more healthy cravings, which is really very nice. At some point maybe you will stop wanting even sweets. So you will see the changes anyway in different aspects of your life, of your behavior, of your thoughts. The last day, which is the 10th one, after the practice in the morning, you're allowed to speak. And this is another tip. Don't shy away. Don't close yourself. Don't keep quiet. Try to speak with other people. This is something that will help you to understand that you're not alone in what you're thinking. Because trust me, majority of the people, they will be thinking, oh my gosh, majority, if it's your first experience in, for example, going to meditation, oh my gosh, that was the worst experience in my life. Why I came here? So you're not alone, and to hear from someone that they're thinking the same, but then from someone else who came here already the 2nd, the 3rd, the 7th time telling, yeah, I had the same thoughts in the very beginning. It was horrible. But every time is different, and every time I see the changes coming in the following months, following maybe years. For me, for example, I'm not telling that, yes, you will have incredible experience after and you will want to come back after. I met a girl who wanted to come back only after 25 years. Her experience was quite excruciating. My experience was quite horrible. If you want to know a bit more about my experience, what I think about all this Goenka Vipassana, I will put the link below in the video that I uploaded. So for you to know, this is particular Goenka Vipassana, and I had it in Switzerland. So I don't know how it is in the rest of the world. I have some clue that is pretty much the same. It's for you to decide upon that particular way of Vipassana, the Goenka one. Okay, I think that's it about how to prepare yourself. You don't need to meditate in advance. You don't need to restrict your eating habits or something in advance. You simply need to be ready yourself inside. When you tell yourself, I'm ready, I need to go, I want to go, everything will fold perfectly into the right places, and you will be able to find your Vipassana, you will go there. And no matter which experience you will have, it will be experience that you need at this very moment. If it is a positive one, good. If it is a negative one, it's good. I had a negative one, but I'm very grateful I had it, because I will have something to compare, all other Vipassana that I will be doing with, and especially when I will be doing my own Vipassana, will be organizing them, I will know which things are working and are okay and which are not. So simply keep your mind open and continue meditating, and I wish you an incredible and fruitful and peaceful Vipassana. Namaste. One last thing that I have almost forgotten. Don't pay immediately or don't donate immediately the money after the course finishes. Because you will feel this urge to give all of your money. You can do that if you really feel like it. But from my point of view, it's better to come home, to kind of think, to see what it will bring you, and maybe to transfer the money just a bit right now, maybe to transfer money more in the passing months, passing weeks, seeing how this will affect you. Don't feel pushed, don't feel obliged to give a lot of money, because this is not how it is, at least not how it was created in the very, very beginning. So don't take a lot of money with you, because otherwise you will come back home with none. So, okay, namaste.